All right, let us get to know the man who has given many hard years to Lincoln Memorial University and has been shined upon to be the 21st president, Dr. Clayton Hess. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I came here in 1977 as a student, and so upon graduation I started working for the university. And the last 35 years there have been some hard times, but I think there have been some wonderful times. A great opportunity to learn from some wonderful people and to advance a career here in Harrogate and to get to know the folks that have come to LMU to work, as well as the students that have come and benefited from the education we provide over that period of time. So I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for all of those that have been here before me, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve future generations of students. I believe we have some of the finest people in the world right here in the mountain communities of East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and Eastern Kentucky. And so I'm very proud of what we have at LMU, the progress that's been made, and I'm so proud of our people and how they support this institution and make it possible for it to continue to grow and better serve the people. So that's basically who I am. Okay. I've grown up a lot on this campus, had a lot of good mentors over the years, and feel like I'm prepared to maybe help the university advance its future.
Okay, so speaking of the future, what is the vision for the future?
I think there has to be a shared vision of the future. There's many times not of recognition that we are all in this together. You know, from our board of trustees to our students. Everyone who's part of the community here has a stake in LMU and its success. So a shared vision would be what I would hope for. We have, of course, internal strategic planning. We often have opportunities that arise. They may come to us from situations that develop in the future. Things will change. Overall, the vision is for LMU to continue on a very, very upward path in terms of the quality of the programs, recognition, and so forth. You know, I think it's only fair to say that we set on a very solid foundation. A lot of people I've mentioned before have gone before us and have really prepared a foundation that makes LMU's vision and growth into the future possible. And I don't think we ever need to forget that. Right. There is a lot of tendency sometimes to think that we arrive here and this is where the university has always been. But I look back at some of the leaders on our board, some of the presidents who have been here, some of the people who have worked here and taught here. And I think that all of them have played a vital role in preparing us to move forward. But the vision for LMU is one of continued success. I expect programs to grow, but more than growth in numbers and programs, I hope that the university will be recognized for what it has become. This is a first-class quality institution that's providing for a better future for the people of this region. And I hope that in the future we will always serve the Appalachian region, and we will always be a place of opportunity where students in this area can come to realize their dreams. Our vision for the future is to add programs, to grow in quality, but also to get some of the recognition that the university rightfully deserves. It is already a strong institution making a difference in the lives of these people all around us and really all across the country. But our mission, our focus is on the Appalachian region, and we want the students in this area and the families in this area to know that LMU is here for them, and that as it grows and becomes better known, we will still have an outreach within the local area for our students.
Okay. So as the newest president, what do you look forward to accomplishing the most?
Well, one of the things I want to do is continue on some of the things that have already been initiated. As you know, LMU has initiated and established some very high-level professional programs. Maturing those programs continues to be a part of the leadership role here. We have some wonderful people in place leading our programs, and our programs are being recognized for outstanding quality. But I want to give credit to people like Dr. Dawson and presidents before Dr. Dawson and the board. You know, people like the chairman of our board, Pete DeBusk, members of our board. We've lost a significant member in Sam Mars, but we have lots of folks out there who are behind LMU. And I think that one of the goals is to continue to develop those programs while we initiate new programs and expand opportunity. I'll probably use that word a lot, but I believe in it. I believe that if the people of this region have an opportunity, that the sky's the limit as far as what they can accomplish. The ability is here. The opportunity is what has been lacking. And some of the leadership on our board and in the administrative offices here has begun to tap into that and to recognize that we can do things in Harrogate that might have been thought impossible a few years ago. But now that the foundation is solid and the growth continues, I believe the sky's the limit for this institution. I expect additional professional programs. I expect additional graduate programs. But I also expect a very strong and stable undergraduate program that will continue to meet the new freshmen here and perhaps give them opportunities to go for degrees and fields as far as professional work and employment that didn't exist in Harrogate and that don't exist today into the future. So that's some of the goals.
Okay. All right. Well, that was actually my next question. Was what are some of the goals moving forward? But we can.
Well, I can give you some more on that.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit more.
You know, while we're talking about what the institution has done and the programs we want to have and those sorts of things, I think we also have the goal here of recognizing our people. We have some of the finest people in the world that work at Lincoln Memorial University. They don't all have the title of president or provost or some other high title, but they come to work every day and they do a wonderful job and they care tremendously about the students here. And one of my goals is to make life better for those that are doing the work of the university and probably making a bigger impact on some of the students than those of us in leadership positions. One goal would be to recognize the hard work and the success of the people who work here. Another goal would be to bring recognition to our students. You know, we talk a lot about our students and the programs that they're in, but sometimes we don't talk about their success in a competitive environment. These are students from Appalachia, but these students from Appalachia are performing extremely well on national standardized exams in all the professional areas that the university teaches in. And I would very much like for us to be able to turn some of that focus on those students in the future and to have one of the goals of the university to be to do a better job of promoting our own successes and the successes of our students. And then, of course, to continue the upgrade on the campus. I think anybody who has been away from this institution for any period of time is going to find a remarkable improvement that's been taking place across the campus. We have a chairman of the board that's very dedicated to seeing this institution be first class, especially in its facilities. And if you drive around this campus today, you will see some of the finest facilities that exist on any college campus. But more than that, if you go in those facilities, you'll find some of the most hardworking and dedicated employees anywhere. And when you get that combination, along with that drive to continue to improve this institution and move it forward, I think what we have here is very special. And I think it's going to continue to make a difference in lives. And I'm hoping that we will begin to get some of the regional and even national attention for having made those kinds of changes.
Awesome. So a couple of things.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about the law school and its graduation rate,
Yeah.
and you know how that is going to impact the future for the Duncan School of Law.
Okay. One of the most significant things I think that's happened here has been the introduction of these professional programs. And the success of those programs is sometimes not as widely recognized as it should be. The Duncan School of Law is doing a remarkable job of taking students from this region and giving them a world-class education. The pass rates on the bar exam are impressive. The leadership of the Duncan School of Law would be impressive to anyone. Judge Gary Wade came on board with the School of Law and has established an administration that appears to be moving the school to new levels of success. We are up on applications. More students are applying and attending. The students that are graduating are doing a really phenomenal job on the bar, which is a licensure exam to practice. And it's my understanding that now our graduates are beginning to make a big difference in the legal community around this area. And so you begin to see the full cycle there of where the students have had the opportunity, the quality education, guided by people who care about them and want them to succeed, and then their success in the profession. I think the law school has a bright future. We read a lot nationally, and there's a lot in the news today about a law school that has some tremendous difficulty in a neighboring state. I want to wish them success and all other schools success. We're not about tearing down any institution, but I want you to know that LMU is going to build exceptionally strong programs, and we're going to provide those to students, and we think that's going to grow. We think there's going to continue to be some increase in enrollment. We intend to maintain the quality, and we intend for those students to graduate and represent this institution and themselves and their region very well into the future. The law school has a bright future. Hard-working faculty, hard-working administration, and good students who are getting an opportunity that didn't exist just a few years ago. So I think the future there is bright.
Okay. Well, another addition to LMU has been the vet school.
Yes.
And its continued growth and success. Just talk a little bit about how important that is for the university.
Well, there are very few vet schools across the country, and there are even fewer at small institutions like LMU. As a small private institution that has taken sort of a unique approach to veterinary education, we've become sort of pioneers in the veterinary education field. The students are beginning to come to us in larger numbers. The applications are up. The profile of the entering class continues to improve, and we're beginning to add more faculty, better facilities, and better resources for those that are here. Now, we haven't graduated students yet, and we know that we have some things to prove to some people out there. But I think that establishing the school with the high quality that we have and attracting the faculty and students that we have certainly set us on a path to continue to be successful. I can't think of a program that is more fitting to the mission and to the region that we serve. One of the things that LMU does is to try and identify programs that will impact the region and that are appropriate for the population that we serve in this region. And the veterinary program is one of those. It, I believe, has a bright future. It certainly, as all new programs, will change and develop, and will have obstacles that will come as we fully implement the program and mature it. But we have the leadership in place with Jason Johnson and others there, Dr. Descanio and others, that I think will lead that school through to success, and I think our students will demonstrate the education they have received here and be well prepared to enter their field.
Okay. Well, I guess just a couple of topics around
Sure.
the community.
Okay.
We're introducing the Valley of Sports, and that's currently under construction. And I guess a couple of questions that I've been asked is,
Okay.
what are the plans for the current baseball and softball fields here on campus? What will be the future there?
Okay. I think the Valley of Sport is really a tremendous improvement to the university. We've had a first-class sort of athletic program here for a long time.
Yeah.
Athletics is such an integral part of student life here and so important to this community. It's one of the things that the community can really take part in. Occasionally I come to the basketball games with my grandchildren, and I can tell you that they thoroughly enjoy athletics at LMU. And I think that's true for so many people in this region. The new facilities will certainly move LMU to a new level. I think a level that this institution deserves, and a level that this community deserves. As far as the facilities that we've had in the past, they've been outstanding. And they have been made possible by tremendous supporters of this institution. The plan, as I understand it, and things are fluid because we are continuing to look at options, but I think there's going to be sort of a green area reestablished on campus. There's going to be an opportunity to make the campus even more beautiful. This campus is one of the most attractive that I have been on, and I have been on a lot of campuses in the last 35 years. But I think the continued efforts to identify ways that we can make this an even more attractive and functional campus will lead to continued improvement. And there is the idea that we want to have the campus sort of for its intended purpose, and then to have in one area most of the sports facilities so that it will be clearly identified for the community, and a real upgrade on those facilities. So I think that's what's going on. It will take some time. I'm told it will not be a short project. It is not an inexpensive project. But we are so fortunate here to have supporters, and I've mentioned some of them before, who will invest in this institution and make things possible for us that would not be possible otherwise. Many years ago, LMU was just a small liberal arts college. But when the right people believed in this institution and decided that it was worth their time and investment, it began to change and to grow. And that continues today. I think we have the confidence and the support of a board and other donors who want to see this institution continue that upward mobility and to have first-class facilities. Our classrooms are outstanding. If you go into the Math and Science building, the Hamilton Math and Science building, or the DeCont building for the DeBus College of Osteopathic Medicine, or the new veterinary facility up in Virginia, or if you go down to the Duncan School of Law, or in our oldest existing building here, you will find first-rate facilities that are well maintained and reflect well on the institution and its community. And I think we deserve that in sports. I think our students do. I think the community does. And I'm looking really forward to seeing how this is all going to turn out, because as I said, I don't believe things are set in stone at this point, but we're beginning to see some wonderful facilities being constructed in the valley.
Awesome. Well, I guess to close, just discuss some of your ideas and what you look forward to as president.
What I really look forward to as president is being able to meet future students as they come here, and being able for this institution and the community to see improvement. LMU's growth, expansion, if you will, in programs has been a tremendous influencer here economically for this entire region and has helped this region. And I think that we're dependent on the community and the community's dependent upon us. So I want to see that relationship deepen and develop and grow. But more than anything else, I want us to continue the improvement in the quality of education that we provide. And I want to see us continue to reach out to students who have fewer opportunities than some and perhaps have not had the advantages of coming from certain areas of the country, but have grown up in this region. They are our target population, and our programs are made to be as strong as they are so that those students will have opportunities for a better future. So I want to see that continue, and I guess more than anything else, I want to see this institution continue to fulfill a mission that was started long before I arrived at LMU and has continued throughout the entire time that I have been here, which is improving life for the people of the Appalachian region. And I think that's probably more than anything else what I want to see, is for all the people associated with LMU to benefit from what happens here. And if I can play a small part in that, I'll be very happy. And I do recognize that it's a small part because there are so many players. But during this time of year, I want to recognize the holiday season, and I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'm hoping that they will join with me in celebrating what should be one of the most, and is, one of the most important times of the year.